Hey guys, I know that most of you who have watched the Hello World movie might have been puzzled after watching the post credit scene. So I am here today to give you a better understanding of what actually happened. So let's get started. So the references I will be using are as follows: Naomi simulated, Rory simulated, real Naomi, real Rory, junior Naomi, and junior Rory. So when people dive into a simulated world, we all know that they are unconscious in the real world. So in the starting, in the real world, Naomi and Rory end up falling in love, but Rory gets struck by lightning on the day of the festival and ends up in coma because of her brain getting severely damaged. So then Naomi grows up. He works closely with the professor and learns more about properly harnessing all the technology, Alltale technology. So after almost perfecting Alltale, he finds a way to secretly send a simulated version of himself back in the past and meet his younger self. So now the real Naomi dives into a simulated world of the junior Naomi, S1, which is set in the past of the real Naomi. So hoping you guys have seen what happened in the movie. The simulated Naomi turns the junior Rory into a memory and embeds it into the Rory of the simulated world too. Here's where I think you all will get confused. Like if you all thought the world where Rory woke up from coma was the real world, you're wrong. Just think about it. How could the junior Naomi enter the real world in his physical form if he is actually data? So that kind of proves it that the world we all thought was reality while watching the movie was also a simulated world in Alltale, set at a time near when the real Naomi simulated. So this is what the simulated Naomi thinks is the present, but is actually the past for the real Naomi who had woke up in the end, the last scene, and hence it's called the past present or the present past. So then, so after he died in simulated world 2, he gained consciousness in the present, and now you guys would think, if it was the present, how are they on the moon and how is Rory conscious? This is all due to time. From the time the real Naomi dived in and the whole story takes place in Alltale, time doesn't stop, right? So the real world, it keeps moving. So basically, while the time the real Naomi is in the dive and is unconscious, the real Rory wakes up from her coma and science and technology advances, and now the simulated Naomi dies in S2 and thus regains consciousness in the present on the moon. And you can also find a difference in the animation style, like the post-credit scenes are two-dimensional while the whole movie was actually three-dimensional. So there you can see that the three-dimensional part is all a simulated world while the 2D part is a real world. So to summarize, we could tell that Naomi's journey started from the real world to a simulated world which is set in the past, which is actually the world of the junior Rory, and then he goes from there to the simulated world 2, which is set in what the simulated Naomi thinks is the present, but which is also actually a past. Then from simulated world 2 he dies, and then he finally reaches the real world where he wakes up on the moon. So hoping you guys understood everything. Thank you.